I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't think I was gonna make it out that night. Welcome to the channel, y'all. As y'all can see from the title, this is the story time of how I got jumped by 12 people. Then I had to end up going to the hospital. And it's crazy because it's like, to me, with this topic is really sensitive, but I don't really care about it that much to where I don't want to share it. I would gladly share all the details with y'all. So it started like any other day. I was at work and I was doing a double that day because somebody had dropped their shift and I wanted to work again. So I had talked to my manager and he said, yeah, you could pick up the shift. You just got to clock out real quick so you could start the double. I said, all right, bet. So with that, when I started doing the double, when I started working my double, right, it was calm, cool. I'm just in the kitchen going back and forth, making sure everything cool, whatnot. So it was three dudes that came in. They came into the restaurant. They had went to one part of the restaurant to where all the food for delivery is at. They stole the food, ran out. That night, I'm give a little inside detail about it. We did not have no security that night. So keep that in mind. We did not have no security that night. And also, every other night before that night, we had security. That night, we did not have no security whatsoever. So they went out, they got the food, stole the food, went out, then came back in a couple minutes later to buy some food. They ordered some food. They started to sit down and eat. As they're eating, they started smoking in the establishment. And the place I was working at that time, it was only two closing managers. So both of them was female. There was no male closing manager. That's another key point. So they was just being obnoxious in the restaurant, eating, smoking. They had to tell them, yo, you cannot smoke in here. So they being rude, disrespectful, still smoking in the establishment. You feel me? So it's like you gotta kind of put two to two together like a little puzzle. So when all that happened, they about to leave. They about to get up out of there. So on their way out, they started arguing with two customers because the thing was they was vaping, smoking in the establishment, and two of the customers had said something. So they was starting to argue with the other customers. So knowing that it was two female managers that was closing that night, I was making sure nobody got hurt whatsoever, trying to make sure the female managers was good. So I went from my post to escort them out. And after that point where I escort them out of the restaurant, that's when things really went left. So when things went left, it was just crazy because I remember they was trying to argue with me and they had said something that triggered me and I got really, really angry, pissed off to where I'm arguing back with them. I remember my manager was standing right in front of me to separate me and the other dudes. So one of them, they thought they was slick. They threw something at my head. It was like a glass alcohol bottle. They threw it against my head. Then they took off. They started running. So as they running, I run after them because you're not gonna throw nothing at me and try to get away with it. No, I'm standing on all 10 about this. So but as I'm darting after them, I see another three. Mind you, it was three already. I see another three group of niggas, right? So mind you, I'm chasing after the three, and another three hops out of a car that was parked. Another group of three that was parked right in the parking lot. So I don't see them until I get outside of the safe area of the restaurant, of the parking lot. I go into the next parking lot. All I could remember hearing is my manager is telling me to come back, don't do it. I just remember they yelling and screaming my name. Mind you, all my other coworkers are in the restaurant. They just looking outside the window. They're looking outside seeing what happened. They're recording on their phones. There was one other person that was a male outside with me. So I'm thinking everything gonna be cool. Sweet, I could just do my little 1-2, then I could go back in. Cause I'm not gonna let them disrespect me and just go get away with it. So as I'm as I'm fighting not only three, I'm fighting six dudes at once by myself. I'm throwing hands with each one of them. So now there was a point of the fight where shit could have went deadly, went left. Because as I was fighting, one of them decides to pull a gun out. So he pulled his gun out one time. I just look at him like this.
Really, nigga?
Like that's gonna phase me. Like I'm just there like this, like unfazed. I still keep fighting. Like he pulled it out twice and didn't use it both times. Like, bro. And it's like you not trying to fully pull it out because it might be an airsoft pistol or it might be a ghost gun. So don't try to up a pole at me if you're not gonna use it. Thank God he didn't. But as soon as he put it down, I end up punching him, knocked him the fuck out. As I start dropping them, I just remember how quickly this like really escalated. That when I start following one of them because he's trying to go around the car so he wouldn't get hit. I catch him, and that's all you can hear. The person actually, when I hit him so hard that they spun around and they dropped dead on their face. Not like, but I'm talking about he landed on his face after I punched him. So after that, a random six niggas, not even another three, six random niggas come out the woodwork, out the cut, and they start helping them because they losing. So now I'm fighting 12 of them by myself. The dude that was out there with me, he didn't do nothing. Once he seen that gun, that man started bitching. That man was froze. I was like, I won't really aware. You feel me? I won't really aware of if he had my back or not. All I know is I'm fighting him. As I'm going in, I'm doing my thing against not only three, not six, not nine, but 12 niggas at the same time. And then I tripped. Once I tripped, they started kicking the shit out of me. They started, because that's all they could do. They couldn't really box like that. They couldn't do nothing. So they started kicking the shit out of me, right? So mind you, I'm fighting by myself at that time against a whole bunch of niggas, a whole bunch of people. And I could just hear people say, "Oh my gosh, Chris." They're saying my name. And I don't hear them saying my name. All I know is I'm getting tired. And I feel like I'm about to pass out, like right then and there. So I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't think I was gonna make it out that night. The two female managers helped get me up. So that way I won't be in a way worse condition than I was. So once they got me up, I started walking back into the restaurant. Things took a turn for the worse. I remember the last thing I said, and then I think I hit the door. I'm not sure if I hit the glass of the door, but I hit the door. And when that happened, they said that I blacked out and I was rocking back and forth. So as I'm rocking back and forth, I passed out. One of my coworkers had caught me and laid me down on the floor. So after that, they had called the ambulance to get me up out of there because they didn't know if I was gonna be all right. If they didn't know what was wrong. They knew I was on the ground. I was there. But I remember that when I woke up, I was in the hospital. I had the IV in me, and I remember one of my coworkers had called me, and he was trying to find me to make sure I was good. And my phone was on 1%. I didn't charge my phone during work because we're not allowed to have our phones. So once he figured out my last name, he showed up to the room, him and his girl. I remember they was planning to stay there until I got released. I told them, nah, y'all good. I told them when they was next to me because I seen them about to sleep. I said, y'all get home, y'all tired. I appreciate y'all for coming, for showing up, making sure I was okay. They had called the two managers that was there so they could talk to me, make sure I was okay. I let them know I was all right. That's how it ended up. But they didn't keep me that long. They discharged me at 4 o'clock, which by 4 o'clock I was all right. I was moving around. I was good, but I wasn't able to go back to work for about a month. So I started working at the airport. But that's another story for another day. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the next video. Also, our subscriber goal is 10K. We could definitely make it there. So make sure y'all share this video to y'all friends and family. And I'll catch you in the next video.